Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Game 2. HGT taking on Big God. Big God, with a win here, would propel themselves into a tie for 4th place. And, of course, top 4, that's where all the cool kids want to be. You finish 4th or higher. You go to the big dance. You go to the main group stage of the Dota 2 Asia Championships. The prize pool, well over I was about to say 6. $1.6 million. Not quite 6 million yet, but who knows? Maybe it'll get there. Actually, the total prize pool, including the base, is 1.9 now. So we are closing in on $2 million very soon. That's a big one to hit. And I've been led to believe there's still another chest, although it has not been released yet. But I imagine if there's going to be one, it'll be sometime in the next few weeks. So should that happen, we'll be well into the 2s and maybe even into the 3s or 4s, depending on how good the hats are. With that said, guys, this is Big God's chance to close out HGT here. They took them down rather convincingly that game 1, just purely an outplay, I feel. HGT had an excellent lineup. Could have gone late, could have won late, but Batrider for ROTK and the Shao 8 Doom just shut them down. Constantly getting the jump, these two wily old veterans with some big, reliable initiations, and that was the difference maker. So we can walk into the draft now. Big God going to go for the first overall pick Bat. HGT will reply with an Ember Skywrath. So they do deny the Big God Skywrath Batrider combo. And they get a hero that's resistant against Lasso Ganks, the Ember, simply because he's got Flame Guard and all of Bat's damage is magical. So they'll need some physical damage follow-up or some mass burst to collect these quick frags later on in the game. On top of that, HGT will now go into a Doom. So they secure themselves very strong late game, good pickoff potential. As far as the quote-unquote Doom counter, there's the Wraith King, though. I gotta say, the Wraith King also fairly ineffective in that last game.
Dire team pick.
Now, an Ancient Apparition pickup by Big God. They get the Lasso Ice Blast combination. So where do they want to go from here? If they want to go against Doom, there's a couple of options. One option is to pick an extremely tanky carry. Another is to pick a carry that does well when he buys back. Or a hero that has an extra life. So I'm talking Spectre, Wraith King. Ember can be pretty good, although in this case HGT have their hands on it. The Burning Medusa has been a go-to. What's interesting this game is that HGT ban it and then they still pick a Nyx. So they get Carapace against the Batrider initiation. We've mostly just seen Nyx picked as a direct Medusa counter, though. The hero has not been very popular otherwise. It used to be a go-to pick, but nowadays not so much. 4th pick for BG. Well, let's get a burning hero on the board. It's time for some anti-Magus Dota. Is it a good anti-mage game is the question. I mean, for burning, I think the answer is always going to be yes, but just hero matchup-wise, it's decent. Doom is pretty good against AM. Nyx Assassin is pretty good against AM. None of these heroes are exceptional at shutting him down, and I think this AM pick can work. HGT going to ban out the Brew. They're banning out what looks to be a Shao 8 hero here, which, to be fair, probably has not been picked up yet. So, other Shao 8 heroes we've seen his Beastmaster quite a bit. You want something that can lane well against Ember. Going for a tankier hero like a Viper is an option. Invoker will be the HGT choice. So they get a likely Orchid carrier. I imagine we're going to see the Qualifier build. We're probably going to see a lot of early aggression on the Burning Anti-Mage. They may let him farm in the lane, but they are not just going to let him AFK farm in the woods all day and all night. Fifth and final pick for BG. Shao 8 heroes. That's what BG are looking at right now. Other Shao 8 classics, we used to see the Dragon Knight for him quite a bit. Actually going to go for a Razor pick. Huh. Razor I consider one of the better heroes against Doom. We saw... This was something I started to think about before he got really popular, but if you just think about it objectively, when you're up against Doom, you want heroes that are tanky, because they are going to take a lot of magic damage. So either naturally tanky, like Viper has Corrosive Skin, is a good example. Just generally difficult to bring down. Of course, once the Doom gets the Ags, that changes. But more importantly, heroes that tend to build a lot of HP. So Razor tends to tank up. The other thing is the Doom does not disable his static link. It does not disable his ultimate if it's already been used. So Death Prophet, another good example of a naturally pretty tanky core. Razor something that can dominate the Ember Spirit in lane. That's another notch in the belt of BG. But with BG, or with HGT, they can run the Ember safe lane as well. Though, this game, it's airplane. Generally, when it goes safe lane, it's in the hands of ZSMJ, and he's on the Doom. So we probably are going to see the Ember mid. I think if you're HGT, you put the Skywrath there a bit to support him. Otherwise, he's not going to have the easiest time against this. Oh, actually, ROTK Razor. Okay. I'm not sure how this is going to go. ROTK, to me, this is not an ROTK hero. Razor's not a hero you can make a lot of mistakes on. It's not a great comeback hero. I think RTK excels on heroes that have a little more wiggle room for aggression, but we'll see if he proves me wrong. We get underway now, guys. It's burning on definitely one of his signatures. The Anti-Mage actually has his name as a flavor name in Dota 1, for those who haven't played it. And there's only a few other examples of that in history. The Yafit Shadow Fiend being another one. Ice going to be your Ancient Apparition. Lanham on the Lion. Shao8 will be directing this game for the BG squad, and he'll be on the Bat Rider, and that leaves RTK on the Razor. On the side of HGT, Kaka takes up the Invoker. Pretty the Skywrath. It will be Quas Wex, it looks like. Already the pointing Quas picks up. So, are we actually seeing a support Invoker? Or, maybe they're running the Doom in the jungle. ZSMJ going to be playing the Doom. Air on the Ember Spirit going mid. And as I was just mentioning, Icy on the Nyx. I don't know. This might be a support Invoker. Kaka is going bottom. It could be a ZSMJ support Doom, I guess, or jungle Doom, but it seems like he's headed towards a tri-lane. He may go offensive jungle, and maybe they just dual lane. That's another possibility here. But this is getting very interesting. ZSMJ now making his way towards that lane. He will wrap around into the woods. It's Lanham who's going to be on the low ground. He's hiding in the trees right now. ZSMJ setting up for this 30-second spawn, and Lanham just waiting to greet him. They have a ward on him, of course, so they know. But the camp ends up getting blocked. ZSMJ, they'll just go for the Centaur instead. Okay, so they are running the jungle Doom. No crazy support Invoker shenanigans. It would have been pretty unlikely. He doesn't actually eat the Centaur, though. Curious. Now he's going to go back in and grab it. Just wanted to see what else there is, but just getting that early big creep is nice. Unfortunately, because he waits, it means that the experience is split. So Lanham gets half, and that will slow the jungle Doom down quite a bit. Look at the mid lane. Bat Rider versus Ember. Ember should get a lot of farm here. Difficult for Bat to kill him. The Razor would have matched up better in lane, that's for sure. But they're going to let the Ember have a bit more, and the trade will be that RTK goes to this bottom lane, and this is also a potentially very easy lane. Now, stealing Kaka's damage. Skywrath very strong, but it's a dual lane Invoker, a hero that does not bring much to the table at this stage. Now, finally getting Cold Snap. And the Doom's going to back off. ZSMJ, he trots back towards the top side of the map. Radiant team did see him exit the jungle from this ward, so they know he's off their woods. That's why Lanham's just waiting in the lane for now. He's going to rotate towards this 2-minute rune. HGT, sending Kaka there as well. So the bottom rune will be secured by the Radiant, the top going the way... Or by the Dire, the top going the way of the Radiant. And it's a haste rune for Shao8. Normally you'd say, haste rune this early, what can you really do? But on Bat Rider, you can do a lot with this. Now they're going to give the mid lane, it looks like Shao8 will just go jungle, so he'll actually pop his haster and he's going to scurry all the way down. Does he even try to go for an early kill? He's got the level 2 Firefly. Kaka, no points in Wax. Uh-oh. This looks to be trouble here for our Dire side. Pretty hard. You better run now, man. Gets hexed. Oh, that's the first blood. He's done for. Impaled. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. Quick, clean. The script. Very, very straightforward here for BG. This is not Shao8 looking for one of his his classic epics where he, you know, the old LGD days where the team loses the lanes but then comes back and win the games. They want to get out to a hot start, and it looks like that will be the case. Meanwhile, ZSMJ picks up the Orb of Venom, signaling that he may want to get aggressive here in the early game. Not going straight for the Tranquil Boots. Obviously, we'll probably go back for them. He also does have the Unholy Aura, so that somewhat makes up for the lack of additional regen. That's the other possible consideration. And he's actually swinging around mid. He's going to wrap all the way around. I think wants to try and shut down the potential bat, but now the bat's in the lane, and it's ZSMJ off in the woods. Xiao8's like, ooh. Oh, they block him in. Oh, ZSMJ, he's got tangos, but this is trouble. Xiao8 going to run him down. Careful, my friend. Firefly cooling down for 20. I don't know if they can actually get this kill, but they are chasing him. They do not want this Doom chilling in the woods. Do they go all the way? Another 10 seconds, but stacking up the napalm with Xiao8. More Ice Vortex is being spammed. Still chasing him. 5 napalm stacks. It's 6 napalm stacks. They're getting onto him now. The chains come out. Are they still going to go for this? They're going to run him down with auto attacks. Poor ZSMJ. 7. Make it 8. They finally get the kill. Oh, Xiao8. That's some serious commitment there. That's Pretty Hall will die in this bottom lane. RTK is starting to get out of control. One more auto attack. Oh, did I jinx him? No, he gets the kill. Meanwhile, scurrying to freedom is the Invoker. HGT, this is a pretty atrocious start to the laning stage. They're giving an anti-mage free farm in the off lane. He's dominating IC, which, as you would expect, there's just nothing a Nyx can do, because he gets all his mana burn, and then he's got nothing left in the tank. And in fact, they're going to start feeding burning kills as well. IC looking to go down here. I say looking as though it's like something he's searching for, but it's just what's going to happen. A kill to burning now in the off lane. The Bat Rider's going to have a super fast Blink Dagger. Already 5 minutes in. Xiao8 with 1,500 gold in his pockets and the boots bottle. And RTK's farming well bottom. The off-lane Invoker has been shut down. The Doom has been shut down. The Ember not dominating his lane. They've lost all 3 lanes. This would be quite a comeback already, I would say, for HGT. Down 2,000 gold, over 1,000 experience. And the numbers aren't really the issue. It's more the fact that with a Bat having this good of a start, he will be able to use that gold to shut you down early. Some heroes, you give them that 2,000 gold, they still have to go and farm their next few items. Tornado coming out from Kaka, but it's not a very high level of Wax. And now RTK dropping back down to the ground. He will throw out the plasma field. They chase him, but he's got 10 stick charges. That's not a kill. And they know it. They're going to back off. The offensive jungle Doom, it's just not paying off here for HGT. Era's going to dive this tower. RTK still has those stick charges. He's going to pop them now. He's suddenly back up to full HP. Bat Rider, not with the blink yet, but Xiao8, he's just making all the right moves. He'll TP in. He'll keep his buddy safe. They can't really go for a kill here. They're still Remnant up, but they can harass him quite a bit. Air continue to be pursued out. He's going to have to Remnant out, it looks like. Because Kaka will also chase. And oh, they wanted to go in on the Skywrath, but perfect timing on the Cold Snap will prevent the lasso cast and force them all back. RTK does have a plasma field. He's going to cut off ZSMJ. He beats him to the Rune as well. This Bat Rider's everywhere. ZSMJ walks into him. He's dead. Lassoed and pulled back. Where are you going, my friend? One more auto attack, and down he goes. A killing spree, roaming Bat Rider at 6.5 minutes into the game. RTK, maybe the trade. He takes the opportunity to throw a bone to HGT. That's basically the blink. Yeah, it's not the fast. It might not be the fastest blink ever. It's close, but what you have to consider is that he's getting all the runes. He started mid and then started roaming. He's ganked like 3 times. He's got 3 kills. I don't know that you can really have a better start on Bat Rider. So, well, the question is, can HGT deal with the farm Bat? And I think the answer is they can. It's tough, but Ember naturally good against the hero with Flame Guard. Bat can't really solo kill him. Skywrath, if he's quick with the instant Ancient Seal, it gives your team a chance to react. Invoker, you can go for the quick Cold Snap, and they have the Nyx Assassin Carapace. So I would say, as bad as this looks for HGT, they have solutions for this hero. They're also looking for RTK bottom lane. He might get picked off, and it looks like he will. At the same time, the Ancient Apparition also dropping. HGT coming back into this game. They use the Vendetta, and they give the top lane to ZSMJ. But there's a ticking time bomb. Still trading evenly, not good enough when Anti-Mage is free farming and Doom is having a slow start. So if you're HGT,
is
You
under
got to keep it up.
attack.
Shao 8. Looking for that jump top lane. He's got the blink online now. Oh, ZSOJ, this is going to be tough. The Firefly comes. He winds his way through the trees. He finds the perfect angle of attack, and in he goes. They'll now hex him, and they'll look to give Burning this last hit. And no, it goes the way of the line. Still, kills a kill.
Radiant's bottom
Treads up.
tower is under attack.
Soul, or Rain of Health online. Almost has the Perseverance if he wants it. Does he have anything else? No, nothing yet.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
They don't have the lasso, but Shao 8 is still
Dire's top tower is under attack.
wrapping around top lane. Oh, this could be big. This is a very farm Batman. 3-0-1. They're setting up. He's even going to Firefly. Now he runs through the trees, and Nick's looking to greet him, but he whiffs the Impale. Oh, no. They still get off the Monitor and the Troll Trap. Shao 8 with the quick TP out. See you later. Oh, that whiffed Impale. That's going to haunt Icy. He did not have a very good Void game in game number 1. As RTK gets gone on bottom lane, he pops his stick charges. Just getting on the feed train now. Another death for him. Now, to be fair, they're not really protecting this Razor very much. He's 1-3, but that hurts. Lanham was fishing around behind the tower. They know there's a lane ward at this point, it looks like. They'll de-ward it. Lanham getting the last hit attempt there. Meanwhile, ooh, nice snipe on your Scarith Mage. Picked off top lane is Ice Ice. I feel like this is a very fitting hero-player combination. Ancient Apparition, the Lord of Ice with the Ice Blast. So that's online pretty quickly too at 10 minutes in. Everything's still looking good here for BG. Burning, not going to go for the purse. Goes for a slightly better last hitting build with this early broadsword pickup. Generally, you only see the Perseverance early if you're going to have to blink a lot or if you're just poor. Normally, you want to go for the Claymore broadsword early. It's a small thing, but it helps guarantee your last hits a bit better. And when you're ready to finish the Battlefield, you can complete it quicker because you can go to the side shop to complete it. So it just saves you that 30, 45 seconds of time. Shao 8 now moving into the enemy woods. He's going to try to take away some farm from HGT. So far, everywhere he goes is where the action is, so we'll continue to try and keep our eyes on him. As HGT cluster up as a group of 4, they're leaving ZSMJ unprotected. Burning now pulling the wave. They drop a sentry. They want to see if there's any eyes on them in this woods, and there's not.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're working on this tower bottom lane, the tier 1. Chip. Chip. Poke. Book. Oh, air. Oh! No, the range creep gets the last hit. I always hate when that happens.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And we'll have a very random pause as RTK disconnects from the game. So guys, if you haven't heard yet, Starladder is ongoing. The first series is now finished. The format has changed for this LAN Finals. It's a pretty cool change, I think. Rather than doing groups into a bracket, they're just doing a straight bracket. And the thing I really like about it is you don't have to worry about tiebreakers. So, that was always the issue, is you have like a 4-team group and then you've got, a 3-way tie or something. Then you have to play another 3 games, and it's just like, what was the point of the round robin to begin with? So with the straight bracket, you don't have any of those issues. You get right into matches that feel like they matter. It's a fun format. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes, the Starladder. But so far, it's Empire looking good. There are 5 CIS teams at this event, and Empire certainly towards the top of that list as far as how well they've performed recently. They took down Fire 2-0, the Pride of America. Not off to the hottest start. But coming up next on that stream will be Na'Vi versus HR. It's scheduled to kick off in 33 minutes. And the whole gang is there to bring you the coverage. Coddle Guy, Merlini, Zyori, Gods. Gods ended up trapped in security. He got his visa, but apparently did not read it very closely because he arrived at like 4 p.m. Ukrainian time. I was not allowed in until the 15th, and he arrived on the 14th. So he had to sit in a detention center for 8 hours. It wasn't that bad, though. Apparently they had internet, which for someone in gaming and esports that's your lifeline. You don't have internet, now that's worse than any prison. He did make it there in the end. So yeah, be sure to check that out, guys. Twitch.tv/DotaStarladder_EN if you have a chance. In the meantime, we're just chilling here, relaxing. I'm hanging out solo. I think Winter will join me for the next 2 series. Always fun casting with my buddy Winter. One of my favorite co-casters. He's just such a funny guy. Winter is just one of the I don't know. He's not like a jokester, but he's got a very casually funny demeanor, is what I would say. So, well, hopefully we wanted to bring him in for the summit too. We couldn't, but hopefully we'll get to do something more with him in the future. After this match, we'll have 2 more. I'll be casting both of them. Speed Gaming will take on HGT. We'll be sticking around to watch them once more. And then the final game of the day for us will be eHome versus Mineski. eHome looking absolutely dominant, 20-6, and they've been doing it with some really clowny drafts. A lot of Bloodseeker jungling, Ursa jungling, roaming Ursa. We saw, and they're just very versatile with their roles. Like Inflame to me is looking, he's reminding me a lot of Lanham on Rattlesnake, except the difference is his teammates are all really good, whereas Lanham was often felt like the only top tier player in terms of individual skill on that team. But he's played the Invoker mid, gone Quas Wex Orchid build. He's played Jungle Bloodseeker. He's played a support role for the team at times. Inflame doing it all, and well, he's not even the big name on the team. The big names, of course, you've got Mushi there, as well as DDC Ohio and ZYF, the other up-and-coming Chinese pop star. So we'll continue to wait here for RTK. I think I'm actually going to get some water while we have a minute. I'm feeling a little parched here, guys. So hopefully no unpause. Just in case, I'll center my camera on RTK because he looks like he might be on the feed train. I'm back. Did you miss me? Well, we're still waiting here. So, I guess at this point, we can start to really look at the main event, because this is the final qualifier. We know a lot of the teams that have already qualified, and as well as those that were invited. So, the directly invited teams, by the way, I'm taking all this information from Liquipedia. So, if you want to check that out, liquipedia.net, click on Dota 2, and then go find Dota 2 Asia Championships. But the list of teams. Representing the West, you have Secret, EG, and Cloud9. Outside of them, Hellraisers, who won the European qualifier. And then from Asia, it's going to be the gauntlet of top Asian teams. IG, LGD, Newbie, Vici, the big 4 from China. On top of that, representing Southeast Asia, MVP, Phoenix, and Rave. So, well, some would say Korean dominance, even though Rave is an all Pinoy team, but let's just call them the Southeast Asia representatives. Then for Asia, qualifying so far, CDEC and Tongfu. Likely to qualify is eHome and either HGT or Big God. I would say maybe Speed Gaming. And then we move into the wild card teams. And as for now, the wild card qualifier, so far it's Power Rangers, Navi, Wings Gaming, Energy Pacemaker. Those are 2 lesser known Chinese teams. And then the 2 teams who fall short in this one. So I think those Western teams, Navi and PR, are actually going to have a pretty good shot. But Bernie may get caught out here top lane. Is he going to get a Spidey senses tingling? He's got a Sentry Ward, and oh, he blinks out just to the nick of time. Icy just unable to catch a break. In the meantime, they were ready for this rotation. They go in onto Kaka. He gets trapped down on the river. He does get off a nice Tornado EMP combination burning. Forced to run Kaka into Ghost Walk. He'll retreat, but the Impale comes out from Lanham, searching for that kill. Now the RTK overextension. Classic RTK. Just runs in, gets blown up, ends up dying. Shall wait now, suddenly on the run. This is what I'm saying when I say I don't feel Razor is an RTK hero. 1 and 4. It's been a rough showing for him. Still, I think for BG, they're happy overall as Burning does not go down there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So yeah, if you're BG, your objectives here are quite simple. Just give AM space to farm, use the Lasso, Ice Blast, and the Lion to create space around the map. Try to just get something on RTK. A mech would be nice, a point booster would be great. BKB is a very important choice, I think, this game. Just build, get the man some items, anything to tank up, so he stops dying so much.
Regeneration.
And Kaka continues to roam. This is it's a large amount of movement for him early, but it just hasn't been particularly impactful. 1-0 and 3 net worth, pretty bad to be honest, considering that it was a dual lane against the Solo Razor for a decent chunk of it. They will Tornado EMP Burning, and Ember's going to catch him out with the chains. Now they followed up, they get the frag. Big snag for Air. He came from all the way back, just roaring in. And of course, chains, it isn't snare, so it prevents you from blinking out. And until you get that mad style, it can be very potent. That's what you need, though. You gotta slow down the anti-mage. I think he already bought his broadsword. It's not gonna be the fastest Battle Fury, but it's still a good timing that Burning's operating at, and I don't think HGT can back off. They need to keep the pressure up. Invoker actually going for Gloves of Haste here. Is he going back for a Midas?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't think this is a Midas game. I'm not sure the order he bought these in, to be honest. You go back for a Midas here, and the problem is you're just not going to be a factor in upcoming fights. You don't have much damage because you're a Qualifier Invoker. You don't have proper lockdown for Anti-Mage, unless your other teammates are there. I don't know about that. I think HGT's late game is good, but it really puts you in a 4v4 situation, and you want to be 4v5. Burning going to get caught out, though. 2 Hero Impales coming out for both directions, and now Silence and Surrounded, they'll get the kill. Well, I guess if your teammates are doing it like that, then maybe you can pull off this Midas plan. Yeah, he is going Midas, it looks like. Still the Gloves of Haste on the Courier. Kaka's probably saying, no. Where do you think you're taking my Courier? Give it back! Give it back right now.
Dire's structures are fortified.
There's a stun on the top lane. EMP Tornado coming out, and, well, that's just ROTK being ROTK. Overextends here top. Everybody was pretty much off the map at that point. I love the guy dearly, but he is your classic boomer bust player. One game, Rex face, next game, just off on his own. It is somewhat creating space, I guess, but not really, because Burning was dead, so it's not like he's giving the Anti-Mage a chance to farm. In good news, he at least does manage to get the tower not denied. So, there's at least that. A little gold towards the Burning Battle Fury. He did buy mech before dying. It's not a total waste, but that tower is something you could look to grab later on without suiciding necessarily. So I wonder if Orchid is still in the cards for Kaka. By the time he gets Orchid, I think if Burning is able to cut down on the deaths and just free farms, then he will have Manta by that point. So I'm not sure if he still wants to go for it. It's some wasted gold. The alternative is to go back into a... You could even go... Well, he's now max Wex, so maybe you still go Orchid here regardless. Could go into a Hex instead right away. Battle Fury now online for BG, though. Let the fun begin. Burning's just going to swing towards top lane in a matter of seconds, I imagine, and he'll be off to the races. As I said earlier, I think HGT's lineup is pretty good at ganking Anti-Mage, but a lot of that hinged on the Orchid from Invoker. That's... The Ghost Walking Orchid Invoker is your reliable way to get on top of the Anti-Mage. Nyx's somewhat reliable, but it's only a level 1 ultimate, so the uptime is pretty bad. You're up 20 seconds of the time with the ult, and 50 seconds out of 70 you're down. So less than a third there. Means you have to be really precise. And Doom, no Blink Dagger either. They won't have many ways to exert pressure on this anti-mage, and if he goes on to get out of control, then we'll have to look back at Kaka's Midas and just say it may not have been the right choice. But that's forward-looking. For now, Pretty Hell's going to smoke. Radiant team, no vision of this. Though it's only a personal smoke. He'll get this Observe Ward down. It's just out of sentry range. That's good news for him. And now bottom lane, the lasso found Kaka. He will start to buy Orchid components. He's got gold for another TP if he wants it, but he's going to fall here. They get the trade from the Lanham Lion. And now joining the party is going to be the Anti-Mage as well as, oh, hello, RTK. He appears. He now gets chased out, and it's going to be just an unfortunate grab. Burning, and good news to get the Scar with Mage Kill, and now he's looking for a bit more. There's no real easy way to control him. Well, actually there is. Icy's coming in. They get off the chains. Burning trying to bail out his buddy. Ends up dying. So they get 3. They want to make this 4. Xiao 8, can he at least take down 1? He will. It's a mega kill streak they're about to end, though, unless he can blink out. Chains there. They'll get the kill. A triple for air. Oh, boy. Oh, my. If Anti-Mage doesn't die there, I think that's fine. But with the Anti-Mage going down, a 3 for 4, and just a bad news bears for BG. So at this point, it's all about the bat, it feels like. The Razor's been thoroughly shut down. He's pretty much a non-factor. The Lion doesn't have a blink, so Lanham can't lead the way, and Burning's not spiraling out of control. So with him unable to exert as much pressure, it puts... Oh, he's going to go for a stack here. Let's see if he gets it off in time. The Dragon's not cooperating with each other. But it's Xiao 8 who started off dominating this game, and it's Xiao 8 who will have to continue to dominate. The problem is, until he gets a BKB, HGT have a lot of solutions for him, and their heroes are getting tanky enough where he can't just find solo kills. He's not going to be able to kill CSMJ alone. Kaka, not an easy solo kill. As Icy prowls through, he's actually got an Invis picked up, but he'll just jump on Lanham. Oh, the lasso! It is Xiao 8 who's there, pulling him onto the cliff. Quick reactions from the director. Lanham says, "Thank you, sir. Thank you kindly." We'll throw out the Impale. MVP right here so far for the Radiant. Definitely Mr. Xiao 8. Man, he's just pulling out all the saves. Giving space to Burning, though. His jungle was warded, as mentioned earlier. Dire team keeping pretty good tabs on him. But Orchid now coming out fairly soon. And because of the repeated deaths, there will be a decent window here. Burning still. No Yasha. No Ultimate Orb. Long way from the Manta. There will be 2-3 minutes, at least, before the Manta's complete. So they might have an opportunity to kind of keep slowing him down and accelerating the rest of HGT into the lead, or at least trying to keep that lead. Burning will now be earned up. We'll hold on to his pocket salve. Just trying to be as efficient as possible, but you know, in an ideal anti-mage game, you're free farming the enemy jungle. They maybe have like a ward down somewhere in this area, either up on the hill or down over here, so that you could just play more aggressively and put pressure on the lanes. As anti-mage, it's not just about farming efficiently, it's about pressuring the lanes so they can't really do anything to punish you. You're not helping your team in fights, but you're forcing them to go defend. But when you're not pushing, it does give HGT more just space and opportunities to farm and to get aggressive and go after you. In other words, the best offense, or the best defense is a good offense. Getting distracted here as I try to make sure that we don't miss any kills. Icy now spotted out by a Radiant Sentry. He's going to safely back off. And this item is huge. BKB, the big crucial item for Xiao 8 in particular, I think, and to a lesser extent for RTK. And now it's especially important. You're up against the Orchid for Kaka. It's officially online. I think if you're BG, you may even consider just parking a hero or two behind Burning until he completes the Manta style. which is going to be another 2 minutes or so, maybe 3, depending on how aggressively they're able to get after him. They're playing some 4 Protect 1 Dota at this stage. Roaming as a squad together through the woods. It's only Xiao 8 who's off on his own. He grabs now the double damage rune, retreating back. Burning will buy a TP. And right at this moment, HGT are off in the woods. They ghost walk around with Kaka, maybe hunting for someone to gank, but there's nobody home at this top side of the map. Though now Sentry, you got to be disciplined with these when you're up against a Nyx assassin. So the anti-mage siege begins in earnest, but they can't see Icy. He's back behind the tower. Might be able to go for a jump here. Burning gets impaled to start it off. Ember going for the chains. Is it going to hit Burning? He gets silenced, but mech'd and kept alive. He'll be okay. They now look to turn this one with the zap. They get the kill. Burning, though, doomed. Will end up going down again. Oh, that hurts. Can they win the fight without him? Ember's still here with the Battle Fury. He might be able to turn this fight single-handedly, sliding through, dropping heroes low, but not able to get the kills. Xiao 8 on the way out. A 2 for 1, but they do lose their anti-mage. I'd say just about even. Even though they come out with the 700 gold swing, you're delaying the Manta style by quite a bit. Now the Invoker picks up a gem as they look to make the map really dark for BG. That BKB. I can't stress enough how important this is. And it is coming fairly soon, for him as well as for RTK. Burning, TPing top, 1 and 4. Now, I mean, he's dying a fair amount, and you might want to flame Burning, but to be honest, a lot of this just comes down to the lack of pressure from the other 4. When you run an anti-mage strat, generally it's either a 4 Protect 1 or close to it, and anti-mage can't put out all the pressure himself when he's up against the Doom Nyx. Like, you go around by yourself, you're gonna get jumped, especially with the Orchid Invoker, Ember, where chains are effective until you get a Manta. You need the Bat to be applying pressure. Ideally, the Lion to have a Blink for Lanham and also being applying pressure. And unfortunately, it's only the one hero, the Bat, that's been trying to do it all alone. Razor, just not farmed enough and far ahead enough to be effective in fights. So, because of that, I mean, I think a few of these ganks were something Burning could have seen coming just based on the map, but a lot of them not. He gets caught out here a bit. The Orchid comes through, the Impale off the mark. But again, it's all connected. It's not a 1v5 game for him, and well, the Manta style is coming soon at long last. Ultimate Orb about to be picked up. He remains just ever so slightly in the lead in terms of net worth. But I'm not sure that's good enough. You're up against the Doom. Just being slightly ahead on the anti-mage means that your Bat Rider has to come up big in every fight. Well, to be fair, that's been the case so far. They'll now park themselves behind him. And with this wave, this is going to be Manta. Leaving Lanham very close in position. Icy just eyeing them. And he should be buying it any moment now. Yep, there you go.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
BKB also coming. BG are going to get 3 core items. And then the question is, what do HGT do from that point? As strong as they've looked, they need to now focus on getting some tools to deal with this BG draft. That means probably a Hex on Invoker. Oh, speaking of Invoker, gets the lasso initiation on ZSMJ, and because he's hasted, he's able to pull him very far back. RTK running in. Ice Blast did come through. I don't know if RTK wants to chase this too much further, though. He gets impaled. He now gets Mystic Flared, and he doesn't have mana for mech, so that's going to force him back. Xiao 8, no more lasso available. But nobody dying, that's good news. Now Anti-Mage can farm. And now he's got the Manta. So they get Blink Doom. Yeah, he'll need the Aghanim Scepter. They're going to need a Hex on Invoker, I think, and then they just need some damage on air. Those are the big items here. Their ability to acquire them is not great, though. And this is where the AM can start to flex his muscles a bit. Now he's going to push. Ice Blast coming through to halt things a bit. They go for the Finger Zap on Pretty Hall. They should get the kill. Burning arrives immediately. He's going to blink out after pumping the Anti-Mage illusions, and very far back. He does not want to end up dying again. They have Doom still. He's got to be careful. They don't want to give up this tower, though. Lasso is about to cool down. Burning No Manta for 20. I think you go farm the Ancients here. You wait for your Manta to cool down. And Ancient Apparition, the hero there. Just hitting a decent ultimate, level 2. It's enough to force HGT back. And Lanham, in good news, has finally completed his Blink Dagger. BG clinging to this game. It was a hot start, and it slowed down for them. You can see the game's been topsy-turvy. They led by 3k gold with an anti-mage free farming on like an 8-minute Batrider Blink. Everything going their way. Ancient Apparition got a quick level 6 even. RTK was doing well, and then he started dying. And since then, HGT found their stride, but now BG, they kind of catch the wave if you're a fan of surfing. They're going to look to ride it to its crest, and until they get like a Hex on Invoker, more items on Ember, I think they run out of momentum a bit here. Regeneration. The other thing that will be big is just keeping wards up. They're up against the Gem Invoker, who is now building towards the Hex, gets the Ultimate Orb. If you keep the wards up, the split push can be more aggressive. Batrider has an idea of where he can go for ganks, but if you don't have the vision, then you're playing very cautiously and in the dark. Gem now carved by Ancient Apparition, so both teams looking to keep the vision going their way. Also, in this case, also very good against the Nyx Assassin. And the Invoker, actually. It's a great gem game for BG. Great, assuming they hold on to it. Definitely want to give this one to the Batrider. Double BKB now secured. The Orchid's going to fall off from here. So too will the Skywrath. Items are HGT's most important tool at this stage. Abilities won't do it alone any longer. And for those who don't know, the stakes are big in this one. BG, they're just on the outside looking in. But with a win here, they'll be tied for 4th, and it's the top 4 who go into the main event. HGT moving through this Radiant Woods. And at the same time, it's BG moving through HGT's jungle. Icy looking for the leap from across the way. They do deward. Oh, surprise, Anti-Mage. Hello, it's me, Doom. They get off the Tornado Impale, lassoing the Invoker, and though Burning's going to look to fight his way through this, he's kept alive by the mech. They get one kill on the Nyx Assassin, the Invoker also falling, and now chasing onwards to ZSMJ. HGT looking like they've lost a lot of steam here. Burning continuing the chase. They get the zap. The godlike streak, though, secured for Airs. He will bring down one. Now he wants to run away. Burning gonna Manta. Oh, the chains come out, though. They try to nuke him. I don't think they have quite enough to get this kill. That was close, though. He now picks up a Basher. Basher, a very good offensive choice versus Invoker, Doom, Ember especially. Especially the Ember, just to prevent him from remnanting out if you get the Abyssal Blade. I think outside of that, you probably want to look at Heart. The evasion of a Butterfly won't help you against Doom, whereas the raw HP will be very useful against all that nuke damage. So we'll see if Bernie could go back for BKB is another choice. Going full Abyssal would still be fairly risky here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And now HGT will attempt a Roshan. This is a tough one, though. They're up against Ancient Apparition, Batrider. Great heroes to scout the pit. Lanham in position. They throw in the Ice Blast, and the Ember loses a godlike streak. He gets popped. Mana Void also going to secure a second kill. Oh, what a disaster. Now they're going to look for kill number 3. Then comes the Flame Break. Shout on the chase. Blink and 6. Pretty Hawk. Probably the target here. The BKB will wear off. Don't know if Shout actually wants to go for this. He does. He's just going to go in deep. They finger to secure a 3rd. And with that, Anti-Mage will get an Aegis. Everything more and more going the BG way. They've taken a while to fully bring this Anti-Mage online, but at 32 minutes, he's got all the space in the world. 4k gold. That's your completed Abyssal if he wants it. With the Aegis, maybe you just go Abyssal here. Yeah, he will. Without Aegis, a bit risky, but in this case, it should work out. City at 290 CS in 32 minutes. Not quite 10 CS a minute. Still, I mean, you compare the CS to everyone else. He's in great shape.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now HGT really lacking the tools to deal with this BG draft. BKB Batrider, pretty much the trump card. Carapace useless. Invoker Orchid useless. Everything useless except for Doom. But you blow your Doom on Shawait, you have nothing to deal with AM, so you can't do that. Their window, based on the way they itemized, was that window for like 4 to 5 minutes where Invoker has Orchid, Nyx has his Blink Dagger, Doom is level 11, and Ember has a Battle Fury. That's your window to keep on finding kills, shut BG down, but they went for a couple of aggressive solo plays, with the Batrider kidnapping, I think it was the Nyx over here, dragging him up to the high ground, getting a quick kill there. And then from there, it's really just been all BG all the way. Closing in on a victory in this one as we come down the home stretch. Bum 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 ba bum bum ba bum 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 ba bum bum ba bum. Burning is feeling like the big bad evil monster at this point. It's a fat AM. What was once a 1 or 2k gold lead, even a deficit at times, is now an 8k gold lead. And the crazy part is this Ember is 9-1 and 4. Air losing a godlike streak really hurts him in that Roche pit.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
'Tis mine.
HGT they just feel so bottled up at this point.
Radiant's top tower
right now,
has been
the map
denied.
looking dark for them. I think the other thing... oh no, they still have the gem on the Invoker. Okay, so they at least have the gem, but they've been thoroughly dewarded. So even though the Radiant don't have a ton of wards, neither do the Dire. And of course, the difference for the Radiant is they have 4 towers. So they still have some semblance of map control. HGT, close to none. I really don't know what you do now if you're HGT. I guess you wait out the Aegis here. You maybe go for a big smoke gank as soon as it expires, and you ideally try to find someone off on their own. Maybe get the gem carrier. Maybe try and kill off Burning. Although now he gets a BKB. Very sad. Very difficult to kill. So the progression from here, Butterfly, probably the next choice, and that's when BG will crest. They'll look to win the game at that point. Break the base, force out some buybacks, put them on their back. Pushing forward again in the top lane is the anti-mage, and HR running in terror, where once they would happily charge in to greet him and tackle him, now they scurry the hell away. They'll scramble the Invoker towards top. Kaka on his way, but still no Hex. They gotta get that Hex. That is an absolute necessity now that there's a BKB.
Dire's top tower is under
Free
attack.
tier 2, it looks like, but the real prize will be this Invoker pick mid. They're showing the anti-mage top, HGT thinking that their jungle or the top lane is occupied, and boy, are they right or what.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now he is a 10 CS a minute. Everything going BG's way. The spike in the graph, the total map control, the lack of vision for HGT, the lack of towers. The Ember's item progression, not entirely stunted. He did complete a Daedalus, but just slowed down quite a bit from that fast Battle Fury. And even RTK's finding space now. He's working towards an Aghanim Scepter. Ice also working on his own, and Lion picks up a Yule. So just basic utility items here. Looks like Bat will go for maybe even a Linken's. You could go Hex, but I feel Linken's is your item here. Up against the Doom. very methodical. This is like watching a dissection, I feel, at this point. Clinical. No emotions, just merciless execution. That's how it feels. 20-17 the score, but you know the anti-mage is having his way when there's barely been any big fights over the past 15 minutes. The blink-in comes out from Bernie. Nope, he is going to get doomed here, but then what's your plan? Now Doom's down for 95 seconds. And I think with that, you just go for a big push now if you're BG. Either the push or you wait for the next Roche. But if you wait for the next Roche, Doom will be up again. He goes back to the well, he buys the TP. Still doesn't have the next item. 90 seconds, probably about 80 now. 70, 75 now. And ticking down. They are going to press on the mid lane. They at least want to get a bit of chip damage done. Don't know if they actually can break the base off of this, but this is the most important spell HGT have. If without the Doom, they have no reliable lockdown of note. Until that Hex comes out, which it's nearly complete. He could buy it now, and he'd have 500, so not enough for the buyback. Looks like BG during this time, they'll just look to get the lanes pushed out. Top lane, push past the river. Mid lane to the enemy base. Bottom lane still needs to be addressed, and once the lanes are thoroughly pushed out, then you can look at the next Roshan. RTK clawing his way back into this game. He's actually managed to stay even with the Doom, which is frankly pretty impressive, but of course that is considering the massive tower lead, 4-tower advantage. Xiao with the quick BKB, now he gets a lasso and it's on one of the ideal targets, pulling Kaka up to the high ground. Oh, that's going to make this fight tough. Lanham has a finger, he gets off the dust, now the follow-up finger is there, the gem hits the deck. Trouble brewing for HGT. And Roche hasn't even respawned yet. And if all heroes to get it, it's the anti-mage. Now he's killing off wards. Roche in a minute and a half. They'll have the Invoker before this, but in the meantime, BG can push him mid. They'll Manta quickly, 30 seconds and counting before that Invoker buyback. And they'll work on the tier 3 here. No real easy way to defend this one. Blink in the Impale, only connecting on the Anti-Mage. He'll just keep on working. Glyph now forced out. Hey, might actually... again, the Doom from ZSMJ, but there's no follow-up for this. They can't just keep on casually lobbing out the Doom. They need to actually get a kill with it. At least take a Roche fight or something. But Roche about to respawn now. 45 seconds. Doom will not be up for 70. In theory, BG will have 25 seconds where they could Roche. But realistically, I think the Doom will probably be online again. It at least zones them back a bit. Linked Sphere looks... is that the choice? Yeah, that's the item. And he's going to have it now. So now you can't blink Doom the AM anymore. You have to... and in fact, when he BKBs, you can't Doom him. Because there's nothing else to break that Lincoln Sphere that goes through Magic Immunity. So... yeah, he's actually invincible to Doom now. Their solution is the Hex. So they've got to break the Lincolns and Hex him before he BKBs. Or at least break the Lincolns first before he BKBs, and then you can Doom him. Point is, this all sounds low percentage and complicated, and that's exactly what BG wants. Roche will fall here. The only issue is there's no room on the anti-mage to grab the Aegis. Maybe he just drops his treads. I think more likely they give it to ROTK. Sunstrike will come into the pit, and they found the perfect window. Doom's still down for 10 seconds. Easy, guaranteed Roche.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Multiple Lincolns being snagged now as another one comes out on Deshowit's Batrider. And this could be the end. The big gods muscling up on this HGT base. They'll pop an early Manta. Anti-Mage just going to be sicking his illusions on him. Meanwhile, it's Xiaowei once more. It started with Xiaowei. It looks like it'll end with him. They get the lasso on the Doom. And then Anti-Mage goes in. Mono Void securing that first kill. Buyback instantly from your Doom. Too late. Skyrest down for the count. He gets off the Abyssal. Or actually, I think that one was a bash. But either way, they get 2. Make it 3. And now the double buyback comes out to try and turn this one. Burning kept alive. He's still got Aegis. He's in healthy fighting shape. And they're committing a lot to try and kill him off. He goes in for one more swipe. Aegis will be popped, but Kaka also going to fall for this. And now Anti-Mage comes back again. Can they kill him a second time? They actually have the Doom. Mystic Flare, the Doom's cooled down. Maybe they can turn this one. Burning looks like he'll end up going down, and well, the rest of the team pretty low. But this cost them an Invoker buyback, a Doom buyback, and a Skywrath Mage buyback, and it was a dieback from the Invoker. Still, I think that's about as good as you can ask for from HGT. But now if you're BG, you know you just need to win one more fight against any of those cores, and they're done for. They won't have buyback for 6 minutes. I don't think you wait for the next stages at this point. You don't have room for it anyway on Anti-Mage, who's the one that you really want to get it on. Double Battle Fury for air. There's no Butterfly on the Anti-Mage. He decided to go... I mean, I guess he can continue to go naked if he wants. Maybe that's what Bernie will do. Just have the Aegis, no treads, and be a siege engine. But I think you still try to go for the base break even before the Roshan respawns. Just use the Bat Rider, go for a pick-off, get one kill on any of those 3 heroes. Well, either of the 2 cores, the Doom or the Invoker, and then you can just look to end the game. A slow and quiet plotting mid-game after a very action-packed early game. We had like 6-7 kills in 3-4 minutes, and it's really slowed down since then. HGT hanging on. They know the importance of this game. Everybody wants that coveted, guaranteed spot at the DAC LAN Finals. I think either of these teams have a decent chance of qualifying. They'll have to face Power Rangers, Na'Vi, and those other 2 Chinese teams, to me, are pretty unlikely to qualify. Wings Gaming and Energy Pacemaker. I don't feel those teams are on the same level of an HGT, a Big God. To me, it's either the two wildcard teams from this qualifier, or it's going to be Na'Vi PR. Those are the 4 teams to keep an eye on in the wildcard. Only 2 of them make their way into the main event. Now Bernie going to blink himself south. He has decided to pick up his treads once more, and he'll use them to do battle. He does have a buyback. Ember the only one on the Dire who's currently got it. They've got about 3.5 minutes to break this base. I think he even has Boots of Travel buyback. So if you're burning, you should be willing to commit Suicide to get like a crucial kill on Invoker or Doom, and then come back for round 2. He'll pop his Manta now. He doesn't want to be foolish about it, but if you can get a guaranteed kill, then it's worth it. And they'll begin the siege. They leave the Razor out in front. Anti-Mage maybe going to poke at this melee. He's a little worried about the Blink Doom initiation, though. That's one way to do it, nice and safely. Just let RTK be in front. You go in RTK, then you've got nothing left for the Anti-Mage. By the way, guys, it looks like Na'Vi versus PR is getting started soon, so if you're not already checking out the Starladder stream, you definitely should. Twitch.tv/DotaStarladder_EN. We'll have a little CIS showdown brewing for you over there. Okay, they just came back from the break, and I think it's still in the pregame phase. Just glancing at my second monitor, but should begin fairly soon. Well, 5 minutes and counting until that next Roche is up. Maybe they do wait. You never know. At this point, the buybacks will be up in 2.5 minutes. So if they wanted to go for the full breach, they'd have to do it very soon. Okay, do they want to punch a hole in the wall, or do they want to wait until a little extra battering ram arrives to try and break through? It's slow, it's steady, it's just very efficient by BG. Leaving little to chance. They'll walk in the anti-mage illusions, but they get instantly critted down. So he may have to commit his main here. They're going to wait another creep wave. Those buybacks coming off cooldown in 2 minutes. Time is ticking. The clock's winding down. Blink out from Xiao 8. He doesn't commit fully yet. They're still trying to work their way in this base, but the ward outside the base gets picked off as Nyx searches for an Impale Icy. Trying to find that opening. And once again, BG are thwarted. They just cannot get in the front door. Maybe it's time to try the side hatch. At some point, you get your refresher on ROTK, I think, for BG. That might be what they have to wait for. Is he's got Shiva's ultimate, you get the refresher, you just park him in front like you did before, and if there's not a glyph, you maybe throw his life away, but you get the melee racks, and then the anti-mage can come in and clean up a bit later on. It just seems like at this point BG are ultra slow rolling. Now these guys have been in some long games. We've got a lot of the old school DK LGD players here. They've had some barn burners, by which I mean games that it felt like nothing was happening for 40 minutes and then it erupts in a flurry of buybacks, Aegis pops, super aggressive late game plays, 7-slotted, 8-slotted Dota. Here we go. They get off their initial Hex Bernie with the BKB. They can't doom him now. He's got a Lincoln's on himself, and ZSMJ caught up by the Abyssal. This is your trump card that they've been waiting for. No doom buyback for 20. It's only 20, though. Actually short on the gold by 1,000, so it won't matter. It looks like he spent his gold on something. I'm not sure what it was, but anyway, he's short, so with that, no doom buyback for 70. They get the 1 lane of racks. They're going to end up backing off. Roshan will it respawn? We'll see how much time remains on that fairly soon. I gotta say, Xiao 8, you know, this guy has been he's been a star for BG. It's just funny comparing him and ROTK. You know, ROTK, the much more boomer bust style offlaner, Xiao 8, just the more stable, solid, and they're like the twin support pillars for this aggressive movement that we see after the 10-minute mark or so from BG. Attempting to do a little D-warding on this hill is Kaka, but BG were just waiting to pounce.
Illusion.
And still they go for the D-ward in the end. They will manage to get it. RTK gonna TP himself home. Up to 2.1k. He'll get a little more mana here, it looks like. And good news for HGT. The anti-Magus is out of slots. That's one of the brighter things for them. In bad news, the other heroes still can farm. Lion could definitely benefit from some items. Batrider's pretty much done. Can get rid of the gem and get a refresher is the main thing. But the main hero that's still got a lot of room to farm is your Razor. They're just gonna chill in this Roshan pit for now. Awaiting the inevitable. Not even bothering to farm the ancient stack right now. Okay. Oh, well, stack, I'd say. The ancient camp. As they get pummeled back towards the well. ZSMJ tanking that ancient Emperor's ultimate. So it's a long, painful 17 seconds you gotta wait. All about the Roshan, though, for BG. Grab the Aegis. Maybe he will go bootsless again. I don't know. The bootsless seemed a little underwhelming, I have to say. You're a little clunky and slow in the fights. But now the Roche respawns, and BG, they'll try to claim their prize here. Working on the big rock man. Gets the bash off, an angry retort. But Anti-Mage has no mercy. Continues to slice and dice. They have buyback up on pretty much all their carries. No dire response of any kind. 4 buybacks up, so they're going to have an Aegis, a Cheese, and 4 buybacks. Give them 6 lives to work with on top of the base 5. Nothing for burning this time. They give the Cheese to Lanham. They give the Aegis to the Razor. And now Ember, oh, he makes things spicy. Air going to snag a Rapier. This could be the item. This could be the item. They are prepping for this high ground push. What did he buy? I think Burning sold something here. Is he buying a butterfly? Ah, he's going to get his refresher. So I'll have a second Abyssal Blade, second Lincoln, second BKB, a secondary Manta, if the illusions aren't already active. Then he might as well make a new set. And he'll play 7-slotted Dota. They're going to smoke. Let's see if the micro skills are up to snuff. Maybe, I guess he's just saving this for the buyback. Maybe he doesn't try to actually use it in the fights. Courier's going to come right through, crashing through that courier. As the smoke, well, it's on both sides. HGT also moving around undercover. They get off a quick little slide on RTK. No crit in forthcoming, though. And that's a BKB initiation from Xiao attempted. Doesn't get anything accomplished. But so far, okay, look at the damage from this Ember, though. They got to be careful. They don't have much to deal with this. One more slight would kill off RTK's Aegis. He even runs back in for a moment there, and they're going to TP on out. Batrider goes to the top side. Now the Ember Daedalus, or not Daedalus, the Ember Rapier has been shown.
Illusion.
After such an action-packed beginning, it's been quiet these last 20-30 minutes. Just the peppering the graph with the occasional single pick-off. Guys, coming up next after this barn burner of a game will be Speed Gaming taking on HGT. Should have my buddy Winter joining me for that, but for now it's just about BG attempting to close out their close competition Hyper Glory team here, hanging on for dear life, tucked back in the base, chilling like villains. Anything else for the anti-mage? No, just saving for the buyback for now. Let's hope he holds on to this courier, though. He's going to send in one illusion to start. He wants to leave one in reserve. And that one will... Oh, they get in with the initiation. There's your lasso once again from Xiao. Jumping onto Kaka, and now Lanham trying to cover the follow-up. They jump onto air. Oh no, he's the Rapier carrier. He needs the Remnant back to safety. BKBs have all been used, though, and Ember does still live. They buy back on 2. They look to hold the line. The Sleight of Fist crashing through. Nobody dying just yet. Lanham might end up going down, burning into BKB. He's refreshed. He reinitiates onto ZSMJ, and now tries to focus him down. Gets the bash. He blinks in. He finishes the job. Cue the Space Jam music, baby. They're going to bring down 2 more. BG, they played it safe. They played it very safe. But in the end, they end up breaking this base, and it looks like that will be the GG. Nice refresher Dota by burning. It definitely was the X factor. They'll take 2 lanes of racks. HGT going to fight on for a little bit longer. They still have their Rapier, but realistically, if BG really want, they can just wait for the anti-mage refresher and then end the game. And there's no Doom. So, Doom goes down. BG looking for the win now. This will be the 3rd lane of racks. This will be BG clawing their way back into a direct tie as the lasso is attempted. Oh, doesn't get it off yet. Now pulls in Kaka, who will end up going down. Burning, though, you can see the physical damage from this Ember is making a big difference, but it's not big enough. He'll pop the Aegis, but he's going to lose Mega Creeps. He'll be up against it now. There's no Rat Dota coming. The melee racks now falls, and they want to go in here. GG now called. At long last, HGT, they will be brought down by the big gods. And the B-God does it on his signature anti-mage, but the real hero of this game is Xiao 8, Director 8. He calls the shots, he makes the plays, and he carries his team here to a victory. So moving right along, folks. We'll take a break. We'll jump into HGT versus Speed Gaming. The last few games, it comes down to the wire. eHome just qualified. They are now 22-6, so it's all about this 4th, 5th, 6th race. It's a tight one. HGT now 19 and 9. BG now 19-9. Speed Gaming right behind them, 18-10. So if HGT drop games here, they're in danger. They also would put Speed Gaming into the lead, and as for Big God, they're hoping that both of those teams stay down a bit. Guys, with that said, I'm LD Beyond the Summit. Thank you for watching. You can follow me on Twitter at LDDota. VOD's available at youtube.com/Beyond the Summit TV, and go watch Starladder. It looks like we're getting ready. HR vs. Navi, the pre-show, probably wrapping up fairly soon. That'll twitch.tv/Dota Starladder_EN. Zyori, Gods, Merlini, Coddle Guy, bringing you all the action live from Kiev Cybersports Arena. We'll be back, though, soon for more Dota 2 Asia Championships action.